Help, today marks the 4th day of not uploading. Speaking of that, I'm really sorry. Okay, I didn't mean for it to last this long, but hey, I'm back now, so it doesn't really matter. Now, multiple of these topics that I usually cover about people who are only a small amount of the time are they actually confirmed, like a certain German cartoon reviewer. Most of the time, these are alleged and they're meant to be just that. Despite the screenshots may be damning, sometimes you can never really say something is 100% for sure. Which is what I do want to mention, and I should start mentioning in my videos because, sometimes things are wrong. I'm pretty used to getting things wrong myself. Moving on from that stuff, don't we all just love Friday Night Funkin'? Such an amazing game. No matter what your opinion is, I think we can all agree the community is toxic. Sorry, I had to imitate every YouTuber ever. We can all agree that there are a bunch of bad eggs in every community, and the Friday Night Funkin' once has a lot of them. And what are we talking about today? What a shocker from the two things that I just mentioned, Friday Night Funkin' and Gr00m3r. Yes, we're going to be talking about an alleged Friday Night Funkin', yeah, you know what. Obviously, as I stated, I've already stated this topic, if you could call it that, multiple times, so if you are sensitive to the subject of grooming, then I'd recommend clicking off this video. There's also multiple other icky stuff like that in this video, so I'd recommend clicking off if you don't want to see that, and honestly, I wouldn't blame you. Now, ShannonSunday, as you've seen in the title, was a Friday Night Funkin' content creator and still is to this day. One with a pretty large fan base, and like almost any other Friday Night Funkin' creator makes mods. As of late, a Google document came out called ShannonSunday allegedly exposing ShannonSunday for talking to minors explicitly, some of which being 5 years younger than them. They do want to note that some of these screenshots were taken when they were under the age of 18, so legally some of this is okay, but morally on the other hand it's not. Also, there was still a grand, I don't know why I went French, I'm just gonna use that now instead of the word big, a grand difference with the power imbalance. Man, I just got a text message with recording. As well as talking to minors in explicit ways, they had also sent not safe for work. I swear to God, I cover someone who sends not safe for work to minors or is a minor selling not safe for work every goddamn time I upload. Why is this such a common issue inside of all these topics? Don't understand how the two issues I'm going to be talking about with this creator today are so prominent within my videos. Should just people be good for once? I mean, I'm not that good myself, so I can't really be saying anything, but you understand what I mean. And when you thought it couldn't get worse, apparently their ex was trying to aid them just so that they could make their Discord status turn into them loving their ex. Now it's time to move on to the screenshots. Before I do this, it's like they have 2 Discords, so these are both a ShannonSunday. So yeah, there you go. Also, subscribe or you die. Follow the person that made my stills, link in description. On to the meat and potatoes of the matter. I do want to start off with this first screenshot, in which the first one, they send a Rule 34 website to a minor, and then later on acknowledge that this minor is 12 years old, saying that they are 5 years older than this minor, which would make them 17 at the time of this screenshot. Now, what I want to state is that sending not safe for work to someone you know is a minor is illegal, and these messages being 3 to 4 months apart, ShannonSunday was well aware that this person was a minor. But I do want to point out one thing that could give Shannon a point. I am by no means giving Shannon the benefit of the doubt here. I think this is stupidly gross. The fact that you acknowledge that this person was a 12-year-old and then you send them a not safe for work website. One thing I do want to point out though is when you go onto this website, it would state that, you know, to view this content you are 18 or older, so click on this, blah blah blah. Hopefully that saved the child from not viewing this, but that could be one loophole that ShannonSunday could go through. Just wanted to acknowledge that. Moving on. In this screenshot, they proclaim how they are, aroused today to a minor. Dude, just why? Now, the country that Sunday Shannon resides in has the age of consent as 12, now being boosted to 16. So legally, this is okay. But again, that doesn't make it okay. Also, this victim could be in a different country and the laws wouldn't apply the same there. This is sort of the argument that Cosmodor made, saying that the age of consent in Germany was 14 years old and that's what he was growing up in, so it was normalized. Despite that, that doesn't make it morally okay. No matter what the law says, it still can be morally wrong taking advantage of someone who cannot really do anything about it because they do not have the mental capability as someone who is still growing and maturing to really do anything about it. Their also mental state could be weak at the time, again, from maturing, so the person who is doing this to a victim could take advantage of that. Now, what I want to take into accord with this screenshot Screenshot? What? Excuse me, with this screenshot is the fact that Sunday had been very, like, needy off of a minor. Emotionally dependent, per se, if you want to call it that, which is one of the telltale signs of manipulation / grooming. And platonically, excuse me, I just burped midway through starting the recording. Platonically sleeping with someone he had broken up with. In this screenshot, they acknowledge that this is a minor that they're talking about, quote unquote, platonically sleeping with. It shows that you have doubled down and are aware of the fact that this person is a minor, so there's no scapegoat to ride on with that. And at the end, they called the minor naughty. Ugh. Right after acknowledging that they are a minor, they call them naughty. I don't think that's much of a platonic term. Obviously, I understand joking around, but when it's gotten to this point, it doesn't seem like joking around. But then again, that is really only speculation. But come on, it's lined up perfectly, but they are still a minor. I know, they are being naughty. Like, excuse me? One of these screenshots, they acknowledged that they had a, encounter with a minor sexually. You know, if they really regretted their decision, they'd cut off contact with a minor. Not dilly-dally and just lie about it. Bro, you engaged in a sleep call with a minor. What do I need to say about that? Like, if you really regretted your decision deeply and you really want to apologize, you don't engage in sleep calls with a minor. You're engaging in illegal behavior with this minor. Jesus Christ, bro. Which with multiple of these creators who are exposed for being people who take advantage of children. It's even more disgusting because the Friday Night Funkin' community is a community filled with children. Okay, there are a lot of goddamn children in this community, and it's pretty clear from that, from one glance. So I don't want to touch it with like a 32-foot pole like the Grinch, but you can see that it is filled with children, and this fan base is filled with children. So inside of a community full of children, a is a big no-no because the children in that community are so very vulnerable. I cannot pronounce the word vulnerable. Why? Yeah, y'all remember Kodomodachi? Yeah, that. Now, I want to move on to something else. Remember back about that platonically sleeping thing? Well, this is where it comes into play. Despite that being odd without even added context onto it, I'm here to give. Get ready, children. I'm like Santa Claus. I know when you're sleeping to give out the presence of context. So one of the minors that they were talking with has stated in an Instagram DM that this relationship wasn't going to work and they couldn't handle the amount of pain that Shannon would give them. Now, another reason why I believe this is a situation that is manipulative is the way that Shannon is an adult with a platform that is emotionally dependent on a minor. As you can see here, saying things like, "Please don't leave me," which is behavior has been shown before in the previous screenshot. They are wanting to get back into a relationship with a minor, which I do not need to state how up that is. And children, since they're not entirely mature, would feel bad for this sort of person. So that's why I believe Shannon knows what they are doing. And Shannon tried to play this off to other people that after they just turned 18, they decided to break up with the minor, which was a flat out lie, and Shannon was being the person who wanted the minor back. Shannon was the person that got dumped, and they acknowledged their age at the time when the breakup happened. So this would literally be an adult, a full-grown adult, wanting to get back into a relationship with a minor, and then lying about it, saying that they broke up the relationship. First of all, that is illegal, and 2, that is morally bankrupt, and 3, how salty and pathetic do you have to be to lie about your breakup with a minor? Oh my god, I think that's one of the worst things, at least in my opinion, out of this entire document. Obviously it's not, but I find the last part kind of funny. And also, I want to mention that they'd also a group chat where basically Shannon's older friends had forced them out of the friend group because of what they had done. So here they had tried to like return and or apologize to the friend group to try and get back with them because he's lost so many friends, yada yada yada. Honestly, bro, you were well aware, so I don't think you deserve friends. And when called out on this behavior, they were stating that what do they gain or benefit from showing their true colors, which shows a whole new world, alright? As there is something to gain from this conversation, that anything to gain from this entire situation overall. What do I get out of admitting it to you? Broski, you get nothing, and you deserve nothing. And the consensus of all of this, when called out on their behavior, decides to try and use it for their own personal gain. Jesus Christ, bro. After all of these screenshots, I believe this behavior that has come from Shannon is diabolical and despicable at best. I honestly think that this is a kind of, well, needed situation to talk about. I honestly feel like it should be talked about more, despite the Google Doc only coming out as of recent. But despite how salty this person is to lie about getting back into a relationship or breaking up in a relationship with a minor, having relationships with minor, period, grooming a minor, period, sending not safe for work to a minor, period, and being emotionally reliant and manipulative to minors, period. I believe that this person should not be trusted in a community full of children, especially with the behavior that has been shown in this Google document. I honestly believe that ShannonSunday shouldn't be trusted, at least around minors. What I want to cover is one of the final screenshots of this Google document. It was a screenshot by one of Shannon's older friends, or even present friends, that talks about Shannon's behavior. Shannon was 17, but is now 18, but even at the age of 18, Shannon has continued to do some of these actions, and has actually shown me and Puppet. Now, we don't have screenshots, but if that document doesn't prove a lot, then I don't know what will. The reason why me and Puppet are here bringing this is because me and Puppet are here key witnesses to the actions, and we wanted to give our side of the story. Now, just as Shannon's friend stated, I don't really know what will prove the situation if it hasn't proved it enough already. I believe that this person should not be trusted around minors and should be scathed from the Friday Night Fun community and from the internet as a whole. This isn't something that you can just Cosmodor away. I believe that the situation is definitely one to talk about. Despite what you think of this key witness testimony, I believe that it's very important to the situation because it really just piles on to the things that we have already seen about ShannonSunday. I honestly hope that this situation does get talked about a bit more, and I hope people in the Friday Night Fun community are aware of what has been going on with ShannonSunday and stays safe. I hope the minors are okay after what had happened to them. And honestly, bro, what are we taking away from the situation? I don't even know. Thank you all for watching, despite the topic being quite grim. Moments I get over emotional because that's what I just do on this channel. If you enjoyed the content, I'd recommend subbing because it would really help out the channel a ton. I try to produce as many videos as I can, despite me not uploading for 4 days, but that's besides the point. If you'd like to see updates about me or my content, or even just things in general that I'm working on, go follow my Twitter in the description. Also go follow my stills artist that is at the top link of the description. I hope everyone had a fantastic day and a fantastic time watching this. Again, despite the topic being grim, stay safe out there. Love you.
You've been sending flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today.